Hi, everybody. It's Marcy Cowan and Lee Norwood from College Sharks. And our guest today is Eenee Ferraro. Eenee Ferraro is the Blue and Gold Officer for the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, which is actually where she lives. She had two sons who went to the Naval Academy, and she's the Blue and Gold Officer, which is a representative to the admissions officers at the Naval Academy. She works with high school students in the Baltimore schools, and she's going to talk to you today about what you need to do if you're thinking about going to a service academy. So, Eenee, take it away.
Well, thank you, Marcy and Lee. It's a joy to be able to share the United States Naval Academy's admissions information process and life of midshipmen and such with you. I first became a Blue and Gold officer because living in Georgia and raising three sons, they had aspirations to attend military service academies. Now, there are five of them, as you know. West Point for the Army, Navy is a Naval Academy. We also produce the Marine Corps officers. Then we have the Air Force Academy out in Colorado, Coast Guard Academy, and Merchant Marine Academy. So I became a Blue and Gold officer because my three sons were admitted, accepted, and given appointments to the Naval Academy. Two of them went. So the first one graduated in 2009 and went into the Marine Corps. He became a Special Force Recon Marine, which is like the equivalent to a Navy SEAL in the Marine community. Then went to Afghanistan and now works in cyber operations in the Annapolis area as a major in the Marine Corps. The next son who went through the academy graduated in 2012 and went into surface warfare officer on a ship out in the Middle East. He was picked up for the law program. Now the Navy sent him to 3 years of Georgetown University Law School. After he got the degree, they deployed him to Naples, Italy. And he's been there for 5 years as a JAG and now is a lieutenant commander. So I'm very proud of what they've accomplished. And becoming a Blue and Gold officer, I just received my 20-year pin involved with candidates being the liaison between the candidates with their admissions process into the academy. And then there's a necessary process of a Blue and Gold officer being attached to every candidate because of the personal interview that is required for the admissions process.
It is a unique process. So I'm the mother of a Marine. So whenever you say United States Marine Corps, I'm like, hoorah, it makes me excited. I think people should get really excited about serving our country, what a great country it is. And living in Annapolis, driving over the bridge and seeing the Naval Academy, seeing them fly over when we have lots of different events here in Annapolis is just amazing. But watching those midshipmen walk around the streets of Annapolis so tall and proud with their shoulders back, girls, boys, all different races, nationalities, colors, it's phenomenal. But talk to me a little bit about what a candidate needs to look for. But I guess before that, when do they need to start thinking about it? You can't come to your senior year and say, hey, I want to be in the candidate for the Naval Academy. So when should they start thinking about it? And what kind of student is a Blue and Gold officer looking to find?
Well, we hope that the students are interested in their late middle school years because they really have to have the service direction, the character building, the foundation for integrity, and then go into high school with a great foundation for their academic courses, of course, and also leadership. And I mentioned again, character. They've got to be building their integrity, their honor code system. And that comes from a personal foundation, both with their family and as an individual. So once they hit their 9th and 10th grades, we'd like them to be taking some difficult and challenging courses, APs, not just for the sake of taking an AP, but for doing your best and being challenged and getting an A or a B with that. Showing signs of strong academics in math, sciences, taking pre-calculus, trigonometry, physics, chemistry, and then you'll need 4 years of your English, of course. We hope to see 2 years of a foreign language, and at least the sciences on a heavy focus of that. So that's what we're looking for.
That's really very much in line with what are the more selective colleges are looking for. They lead with transcript, what classes you choose, pushing yourself, showing that you're going to take advantage of what your specific high school offers. So they're going to look at you within the range of what your school offers. When we talk about looking at highly selective college, all these service academies kind of fall into that category. What do you think the admit rate is typically for the US Naval Academy?
We have 16,000 applications that come through. We have appointments in our freshman class. We call them plebes. A lot of Navy terms we use here at the Academy. We'll accept 1,200. Now, the acceptance rate is about 9 to 10% with that. Let me also add that a requirement is also a perfect physical that gives you a qualifier to be medically capable of not just attending for 4 years, but to returning your service commitment back in 5. So we kind of have a projection of how healthy and well that candidate will be performing for us. And so that's a little bit of a difference in what we're also looking for is the medical qualifier.
Marcy, you were always talking about what a great deal it is. Tell me, Marcy, it's tuition, a stipend. What have you found?
Well, I'll just jump in and say my husband also was a 1964 graduate of the US Naval Academy. And Eenee's sons knew my husband well, and we like to think that he kind of helped them think about the Naval Academy. But my husband was from an upstate New York family, and he had a lot of choices. He got a full ride to Brown University and many other places, but he chose the Naval Academy because it was his entire tuition was paid. The uniforms were paid. There weren't computers back then. There were big computers, Fortran computers, but not laptops. But all the books were paid. And then there was a stipend for, when you went out and got your Coke and hamburger on a Friday night. There may be some more, Eenee, but it was a pretty good deal. There was very little out of pocket that he had to pay.
No, that is correct. The advantages for your full scholarship, and our plebes, the freshmen, will be pocketing about $100 a month. The seniors up to about $500, which is the extra. They then have, of course, all their medical paid for, and that guarantee of employment. They will be employed for 5 years somewhere around the world. And the recent news article came out to say that in the top 5 schools of mid-career employment salaries, the Naval Academy graduates ranked up in that top 5. So we're quite proud of that.
That is amazing. I'm going to have a whole new sense of respect as I drive past these kids when they're downtown Annapolis enjoying themselves. Make sure you look after this talk. We have a wonderful video called Naptown Funk, so don't miss that. It's the midshipmen having some fun down around in Annapolis. And speaking of having fun and the college experience and cheering for your team and, wearing the letters all the time, talk to me about the difference between being at a service academy, like being at the United States Naval Academy, versus being at a big state school like the University of Maryland.
Right. Well, the academy is a total immersion experience. There's a lot of high pressure. There's a lot of accountability. You must be attending your classes. There's no sleeping in. You have relatively less control over your day-to-day personal time. But then there's a lot of enjoyable times. Your summers are spent experiencing everything the Navy and the Marine Corps can offer you for your future. So you'll be doing trips onto an aircraft carrier in Honolulu. You'll be experiencing flight school in Pensacola and submarine things off-road to Spain. And that is all to prepare you for what you will do as choosing a service assignment when senior year comes. There's a lot of great pride and accomplishments that you'll be focused on throughout your 4 years. Your athleticism will be at its prime because you'll be tested quarterly on physical fitness. The deep bond that you'll be having with your classmates is another great, wonderful bonding experience that you'll have. And not to mention overall the great career path that you have open to you. My sons in their summers, one went to Israel on an exchange for the Israeli Defense Force. One wanted special forces, the recon Marine. He got his gold parachute wings jumping with Army cadets in Georgia for one summer, and did a wilderness exploration up in Alaska. There are so many terrific opportunities that then prepare you for what you'll be doing in your career path.
So in the past, all, excuse me, Naval Academy graduates got a bachelor's of science in engineering.
Okay.
Eenee can maybe tell us when that changed, but now you can take a STEM major, you can be a history major, you can be an English major, but my understanding is there will, regardless of your major, be a heavy focus on science and math.
Yes, that's why all of the graduates receive a Bachelor of Science of 26 majors to choose from, including government and politics and English and such, but they will not receive the Bachelor of Arts because their science will be a heavy enough load, taking physics and chemistry and so forth, that will initiate the Bachelor of Science degree for all graduates.
Okay. That's great. I want to just talk a little bit about, we've got a lot of values: honor, loyalty, duty, self-respect, accountability, courage, integrity, all of these things. Talk to me about the process. If I feel like I've got what it takes after listening to this so far, and I want to move forward to the next step, and I'm going out of order a little bit here, but what do I need to do if I think I want to apply?
The first radar we look for is junior year, January, when you can apply to the summer seminar. All of the academies offer this. It's a 5-day program in June that welcomes these students to experience life at the academy. You will be living in the dorm, you'll be taking your meals in the dining hall, and you'll be attending mock classes in the science labs and doing other work in the radar rooms and things. And that gives you the experience of deciding whether or not this type of experience would be for you. And we also are evaluating you when you're attending this summer seminar. If the application there goes in January, you'll hear in April, you come in June. The competition is it's very competitive for that. We have only accept about 2,000 students of about 8,000 that apply. But that opens up your preliminary application. If you cannot attend the summer seminar and apply as a junior in January, you start your application as soon as you can in May, June, July, August of that senior summer. And with that, that'll spark the academy to pair you with your blue and gold officer at your high school. For every high school in the United States has a blue and gold officer connected with it that will then be your liaison to the academy admissions process.
I will tell you, the summer immersion program that you talked about, I had a friend who had twin girls, and they went. And when they were done, one had all of her hair down, had her street clothes back on, and came running to his car. The other had her hair pulled completely straight back and was in the gym uniform with US NA across the chest. So twins, he said he knew only one was going to go through and complete the journey, and she did. And she's an amazing young woman. But even twins, that kind of lets you know if that's your thing. Yeah. Or not your thing. And it's always good to know what your thing is, right? So if you're really seriously interested, you need to contact your blue and gold officer. You will have to get a nomination. I want to ask you about doing that before we let you go. And I really want to thank you for spending time today, but tell us how we get a nomination, and then tell us who we would get a great tour from the Naval Academy.
Okay, well, the nomination process is we call it a triple Q to get admitted. 1 is your academics and your application to the academy. 2 is your medical and physical fitness requirement that will be checked on by a Department of Defense doctor, no charge to you, but you will be visiting them and produce your pediatric records. The third qualifier is called the nomination process. That is because being a full scholarship institution, we as taxpayers are paying for this and want representation from our states. So we ask that each state qualify or endorse and vet the best out of their state. That's called the nomination. And you apply by sending your application to your congressman or your congressman, both senators, and you can also try for a vice presidential nomination. You should try for all three sources. Those applications will be online. If you go to your congressman's website and your senator website, you'll find the Military Academy nominations link and start your application there. And as I said, it is a requirement. So get started right at the spring of your junior year in processing that nomination application to your respective congressional leader. Come visit us in Annapolis at the Naval Academy. And Lee mentioned that to take a tour. I work with the tour guides, the visitors center at the Naval Academy. And every morning, every day at 10 in the morning and at 2, we have briefings from the admissions office. Welcome you there to come with your parents or with a friend or so to attend. And immediately following that, we have tours of the campus where you'll be guided for just about an hour or so around and see the life of a midshipman. So come on over to the Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, and we'll show you all.
And ask for Eenee. Eenee is the top tour guide at the Naval Academy.
This has been an awesome talk. So I'm the mother of a U.S. Marine. Eenee is the mother of 3 Naval Academy graduates. Marcy's husband went to the Naval Academy. So we are 3 women talking about serving your country. God bless you guys. Thanks for being here, and God bless the United States of America. Hoorah.
Thank you, Eenee. Thank you.
Thank you.